Greetings everyone. In this video I want to talk about fear and worry and what are you worried about? Greetings. This infinite source truth is made possible by the generous contributions and support of viewers like you. Please consider making a contribution now. Thank you. Some of you are sabotaging yourself with your fear and your worry. Fear and worry are both red zone activities, and you have fear and worry when you do not recognize that you are the creator of your experience here. You don't trust yourself. Fear, some of you are fearful of whatever it is that you think would be a bad experience for you. You are fearful of those things happening to you. You're afraid of lack. You're afraid of tragedy. You're afraid of things. And in your lower frequency state of fear, you can create and manifest these things into your life experience, into your script experience. If you have an unlocked script, if you have ever raised your frequency and gotten an unlocked script and then went into fear and worry, then you have dropped at least one or more of your frequency bodies down into the red zone again. Now, sometimes, well, this is always self-sabotage. It is your subconscious, and you need to deal with the fear and the worry. Now, some of you are worried about not getting your frequency raised and getting your scripts unlocked, and you even need to relax about that. You need to simply do the steps that are required, remove the animal meat, flesh, blood, fish, and anything with heart from your foods consumed, and continue the path. Making that choice with intent will start to move things in your experience towards raising your frequency, and the other things that would keep you in the lower frequency realm will start dropping off of you, and you will raise your frequency to at least level 5 and get your script unlocked. Then you can continue to raise your frequency. Worry. Are you worried about lack or not being able to meet your expenses? First of all, what choices are you making that are making your expenses not being able to be met? Are you making foolish choices or smart choices? Are you making beneficial choices with the money that you do have? Are you applying yourself, using your energy to create more energy in the form of money flow to you? You see, money is also a frequency issue. And flow in your life is also a frequency issue. All of these things. What's the worst case scenario? What you may consider, now I say don't think about worst case scenarios because you can help create them for yourself. But if you have, all right. If you have a rental payment to make, and you go out partying, and you go out to coffee, and you go out to eat, and you go buy something that you don't have the discretionary funds to purchase, or drugs, or whatever, and then you don't have the money for your rent, well, that's a direct result of your choices. You've made choices that lead to that state of being. Now, if you're not working a job and you're not creating a cash flow into your experience, and you have not invested your energies wisely or whatever, and you can't just sit on your hands and expect to manifest your best life yet. Because you see, there has to be energy put forth in that journey. Now, that's not to say that in some countries you can't sit on your hands and have an existence. Because most, I'll call first world countries, have social nets. Sometimes they're abused. And sometimes there's a genuine need. But there's no reason for someone to be homeless, or I will say this, there is no need for a source player to ever be in that state of being unless that is their choice of being. If you ignore something, all right, say you don't make your mortgage payment or you don't pay your rent, and you are told that you have so many days or you will be evicted. They will come and take you, remove you. Well, if you ignore that, what do you think is going to happen? You see, these are choices that you've made. There's consequences to those choices. You're not miraculously going to change their minds, because if you are in that state of being, you're a lower frequency state of being, so you're not going to be able to attract a higher frequency state of being to you. You need to remove yourself from the lower frequency states of being. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. Choices are causes that create cause and effect. You make a choice, you go down that path, there are other choices to make. That causes you to experience the results of choices made. If you go on a credit card spending spree, now, credit is never beneficial to a source player. Whether it's a house mortgage or it's an automobile loan. Leases are different from loans. Leases mean that you never ever plan on owning that vehicle. You're simply paying that to use that vehicle. It's like a rental. It's not owned. And if you choose, okay. If you choose to go out and run up a huge credit card bill, there's consequences to that. You should never go out and run up a credit card bill if you don't have the money in the bank to pay for it. And why have a credit card to run up the bill on when you can just take the money and pay for it? And you don't have to worry about it. There's nothing to consider. Now, if you go out and you run up a credit card, knowing that you don't have the money and you will not have the money when the bill comes due, well, now you have created in your subconscious a conflict within you, a worry within you. It is a worry that you didn't have to create for yourself if you would have told your body, your avatar, no, you are not going to buy that thing. No, you are not going to go and take that vacation that you can't afford. No, you are not going to do this thing. Because there's going to be a price to have to pay down the road, and you don't have the money now to do it. If you don't have the money now to do it, don't do it. Don't do it. And if you have the money and you have it in your hand, think about it. Is that experience that you are going to get from getting that thing going to be worth that money that's in your hand? Or would you rather take that money that's in your hand and spend it another way, if it is discretionary? But if you need that money to live or to put away to have your month backup plan in cash in the house, what are you doing spending it? What are you doing spending it? These are simple things. And it tends to be It is needless worries, needless fears that are being created by the choices that you're making. If you didn't go and buy that thing, then you wouldn't have the fear or the worry of having to pay it back, repay it, the loan. And if you can't pay on time, then you have to pay interest, and interest is outrageous and expensive. Paying interest is never a winning move. Never a winning move for you as an individual source player. Now, some of you self-sabotage yourselves because you really want success, but you have a fear of success. You will come right up to the edge of accelerating and reaching that thing, and something inside of you says, oh no, you don't cross that finish line, don't you dare. It sabotages you, you stop short. That's a subconscious issue, and you need to get down to the issue of why it is that you are self-sabotaging yourself. Whether it's a parent that said you'll never amount to anything, or it's fear that once you accomplish that pinnacle of success in your mind, that once you've reached the top, well, there's nowhere to go but what? So you would rather not go to the top because you don't want to fall from there. That could be a subconscious motive. And once you go up, you have to maintain it. And it could be more work than you think to maintain. And so therefore your subconscious says, well, maybe we just don't want to go up there to start with. And will sabotage you from reaching that thing that you have intent, that you consider to be success. Now, is it the same for every source player? Absolutely not. Some don't have any problem with fears or worries, or have less problem with fears and worries, but every source player at some point in time in their life, for one thing or another, have had a fear or worry. It can be a fear over losing your job, a fear over a relationship ending, a fear over someone you love dying, a fear over someone being sick, a fear over you becoming sick, a fear over consequences that may be experienced from past choices or behaviors that you have made. The list goes on and on and on and on about the possible fears. Some people are afraid of snakes. They're afraid of spiders. They're afraid of dogs. They're afraid of cats. You know, fears. Fears. When you allow fear to run your life, then you're not experiencing it to the fullest. And in most cases, the world would say they're irrational fears, and some of them they would say were rational fears. But in a source player's book, all fears are irrational. Really. You are not looking at the fact that you are the powerful creator of your experience, and what you fear and what you worry about, you can create in your experience. So the simple fact that you are fearing and worrying about it, you can empower that thing and create it. Stop worrying, get out of the fear. Start visualizing the success that you want to achieve and enjoy the journey in getting there. Enjoy the journey in getting there. Have the self-confidence. Have the self-knowing and the self-worth within you to know that you can do this thing. You can do anything that you set your mind out to do. You can do it. You can do it. You can create doors opening for you. When you raise your frequency, doors will open. You will have things presented to you, and you will have more choices. The higher your frequency goes, the more doors open for you, the more choices you have. And then you can start creating your own doors to walk through. You don't have to be satisfied with what the matrix presents to you. You can create more. You can create more. Unlimited. But you have limited yourself in your mind. Some of you have limited yourself because of choices that you have made, but you know it's never too late. It is never too late to change your path, to change your thought process, to change your mindset, to recreate yourself, to recreate yourself. To even change your mindset and your character. Those quirky little things about you, habits and everything. You can break habits. You can change and recreate yourself. And it's not as hard as you think. But it all starts with intent. It's not just going to happen. Habits are hard to break. Can be hard to break. They're habits. They can be hard to break. But once they're broken, you are set free. The chains are off. You are free from those habits. And they can't connect to you again unless you choose to allow them to. Get rid of the fear and worry. It's the self-sabotage. It's self-sabotage. Create your best life yet. You can do this, and only you can do it for yourself. It's an inside job. It's an inside job, and you are able to do this. You can do it. Yes, you can do it. I'm telling you that you can. There is nothing too hard, nothing too difficult to break yourself free of. Everything is possible for you, but you have to start and make choices that benefit you, that take you down the path that you really want to go on, to be able to achieve and be able to have the law of attraction and the beneficial frequencies start working for you. And then whenever you experience that, your frequency just keeps bumping up because you're out of fear and worry. You've got clear sailing. Yes, there's rough seas, but you get over those because those are just tests. It's the matrix making sure that you're ready to move up another frequency level, or testing to see if you really are still on the frequency level that you belong in. But the higher your frequency goes, the less disturbed, the less turbulation is created within you if things don't go exactly the way you plan for them to. You almost smile and you go, that's nothing. And you just keep going. And in the end, it all works out. In the end, it all works out. Now, if you find the information that I share with you beneficial to you, if there's value in it to you, if you're spending the energy and time to watch these videos, then it benefits you to do an energy exchange in an appreciation gift via PayPal. The link is in the description box below. It is that action that allows a flow through you and a frequency unlock within you that you can unlock no other way. It is something that you must do for yourself. No one can do it for you. And it is a choice that you make. Abundance, health, and prosperity to you.